Stephen, it's a pleasure. It's always fun. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hi, welcome once again to today's edition of Cooking with Fin. I'm your host. My name is Fin Ianson, and we're here today to talk about a very special form of cooking. I refer, of course, to baking. Baking, today we're going to be baking a very special sort of cakes. Now, many people ask me, they say, Fin, can you do a show about cakes? Can you teach us about baking cakes? Because we're very nervous, we're very confused about what should go into the perfect cake. I'm going to do that for you. But first, we've had some feedback from our previous show. We have a letter. Now, this letter is from Mrs. June Brown of Nairn, and June writes, well, she says, Dear Fin, very much enjoyed the show. I think you're a wonderful chef. Well, thank you, June. She further says, can you tell us a bit about the history of cakes? Well, June, yes, June, I can. Cakes were invented many centuries ago by cavemen in the caves. Now, mostly around the Forest and Elgin area, but they invented cakes using a combination of potatoes and very small pineapples. Those went into what they call potato apple cakes, or as we know them these days, papples. Those went on to develop, and of course we have the cakes today of wedding cakes, Christmas cakes, and my particular favourite, cakes from Ashes the Bakers. So today we're going to be looking at a very particular sort of cake, one of my personal favourites, and that is tiffin. Now, tiffin is a traditional cake. It's been passed down from many moons, many generations. It's known as tiffin, chocolate tiffin to give its correct term. It comes from the Tiffin region in the south of France. Chocolate, of course, from the French word chocolat, meaning chocolate. We're going to demonstrate today just exactly what you need to make the perfect tiffin. Now pay attention and take notes as we go along. If anybody wants to ask any questions, well, you're watching a YouTube video, so you're going to be stuck. Anyway, let's take a look at the ingredients for the perfect tiffin. Ingredient number one. Well, you're going to need some digestive biscuits. I have biscuits here, very special sort of digestive biscuits. They're in fact milk chocolate digestive biscuits. Again, that word chocolat coming into cooking, you'll find it's a word I use in many forms of cooking as we go along through the series. Milk chocolate chocolat digestives. Milk, of course, coming from cows or indeed goats. I would suggest at least a couple of packets of your digestive biscuits there. Ingredient number two, or as they say in France, quatre. That is, of course, drinking chocolate, drinking chocolat, or as they say in France, drinking chocolat. This is made by the Cadbury's company. Of course, I'm not looking for endorsements. Cadbury's a particularly fine company though. And we're going to be using several spoonfuls of drinking chocolat. Ingredient un, well, as they say in France, free. This is sweet condensed milk, a very specialist sort of ingredient. This available in only the finest cookery outlets, or indeed the co-op. Kate's Kitchen sweet condensed milk. Condensed milk, a very particular sort of milk. It's taken from the cow and then pressed together. A whole pint of milk pressed together into a very small tin, hence the name condensed milk. So that's going to be a very important part of our recipe today. Final ingredient I'm going to mention is Dr. Oetker's Fine Cooked Chocolat. Again, the milk chocolat, la chocolat. I'm using 33% cocoa solids, which means 33% of the cocoa used in this chocolate was solid, the rest obviously in a water content. I advise using 2 bars because, let's face it, halfway through the recipe you'll get peckish and you'll eat half of them. So 2 bars of the milk chocolat. We'll turn now to the actual combining the elements and ingredients to make our chocolatey fan. Now I've got our bowl ready here, and what I'm going to do is open a packet of milk chocolate digestives, put in the digestives to the bowl, crush them all together, mix them all up so they're what's technically called mixed. I will then add several teaspoonfuls, well I say teaspoonfuls, let's be honest, I'm just going to put a bunch of chocolate in, of your drinking chocolate. I'm going to heat up the sweet condensed milk in a heating device up to a temperature of, I would say, really quite hot, not quite boiling because then you might injure yourself, and combine everything together in a large mixture. That then gets placed on the baking tray and frozen for several hours. I'm going to do that now, come back in a moment's time, and we'll see just exactly how it's turning out. Don't switch off. Stay cooking. What do you mean poisoning? Ah, there's no poison in there, fine. Hi, have a nice one. You'll be back. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of the Fin Ianson, part 5 of Cooking with Fin. We've reached the stage in the preparation of La Belle Tiffin of crushing up our base, and you can see here just what a delicate consistency you have to prepare the base to. I'm currently cooking in my what's technically called a pot. I'm combining the condensed milk, which we spoke of earlier, which has been condensed to a very small tin, combining that with some pure unsalted butter. Now this is butter which has not been assaulted in any way, and it's being prepared here in the pot as we speak on a very low gas. Now low gas, I mean not a high one at all, not one that comes halfway up the pot, very small one underneath the pot. Very important to the delicate preparation on what we're doing here. So I'm just going to stir this up a little bit, and then we'll add it to our base mixture. Come back in a moment's time and we'll see how we're getting on. Just while we're doing that, I'm going to take a moment to have a little lubrication and to raise a glass for all you good folks who enjoy the show. As you can see, I've been mashing up the biscuits with some useful tools which you'll find around any kitchen. This one's not quite as heavy as it used to be, but I'm hoping to develop the tool at a later date. So cheers for now, come back and see us in a moment, and hey, keep cooking. Hello there, welcome back to part 5 of Finning with Cook. I'm here in the kitchen of Fin cooking stuff. Now we've reached a very delicate and important stage in the preparation of the cooking tiffin. As you can see, I have now added the milky condensed into the bowl with the digestive biscuits and the chocolate powder. This has been combined into a very sticky mixture, which I can hope you can see there. Excellent. I have prepared in advance some preparation. Oh, that's lovely water for you. Cheers. Where do you get your water? Yes. Hello and welcome back to Fin Part 9. Here is a tray I have prepared into which I am going to place the mixture which I have mixed. It's a very delicate process. This is something which inexperienced cooks should not attempt. And now we have to press the mixture firmly but softly in a fair manner. We must always be fair, soft but fair, onto the prepared tray and place it into a refrigeration device which you may own, or if you live in the Antarctic, put it outside the back door for a period of about 1 hour. So come back and see me in an hour and we'll see how we're getting on. Excellent. Until we return, cook staying. Good evening. What's it? What? Hi. Good evening once again. Welcome back to Finning with Cook. We're here to talk tonight about cooking, and that's what we're going to do. Just exactly. Now, when last we spoke a hell of a long time ago, I'd made biscuits and put them in the fridge. Why do I put biscuits in the fridge? But anyway, that's what we did. And here they are. Look, they're very cold. It's marvellous, isn't it? I've also cooked some. I've also chocolated some chocolate here, and I've mixed it all up. And I'm going to pour it on the biscuits now to make them chocolate biscuits. Tiffin is what we're making. Chocolate tiffin from France. Here we are. So you put that all over. Get all that on that like that. That's marvellous, that is. Get all the chocolate out in order that it's most chocolatey. So there we go. I think we'll need some more chocolate, but we'll get that all over. And when you come back, it'll be ready to go. Thank you, and we'll speak again in a moment. Keep chocolating. Good evening once again, and welcome to this, the final part of tonight's epic, cooking the chocolate fin, tiff. We have successfully completed now the French traditional chocolate biscuit, chocolate tiffin. Here it is, chocolat la tiffin. Now all that's left to do now is pop that in your refrigeration device for a number of hours, perhaps 2, until it is successfully combined with the biscuit base, enabling optimum tiffinness. As I may have mentioned before, this recipe was originally developed in the border region of France, now Belgium, in the early 1840s by Monsieur Letif, who was, I understand, related to Napoleon. Well, that completes today's instructional video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy cooking your Florence Tiffin. If you do, be sure to write into us here at the studio and let us know how you got on. Next time we'll be looking at another area of cooking, or perhaps an area of political debate. Who knows where we might go. In the meantime, keep chocolating, keep eating, and most of all, keep cooking.